definition of a rational agent would be, so this definition is very important, and this definition as it is I've quoted here, which is the definition of intelligent agent if somebody asks you. So any agent for each possible percept sequence, if the agent is rational, it should select an action that is expected to maximize the performance measure. So वो action जो उसका performance measure को maximize करेगा. So that's word expected maximize. Expected to maximize performance measure is on an average basis it should maximize the performance. It may not be the case that I did that action and still I did not get maximized my performance. That may happen because you're just talking about taking one action, and there may be set of action sequence that may lead to the goal achievement or that may lead to be success. So criteria of success may not be achieved in a single action, but it may be achieved in a set of actions one after the other, which may be referred to as sequence of actions. And that is why this word expected to maximize its performance. So we are trying to maximize the performance given the current situation. Okay, and we are not saying that this is going to definitely take us to the attainment of the success or attainment of the goal. Okay, given the evidence provided by the percept sequence and whatever built-in knowledge the agent has. So there are two knowledge or two set of information that the agent already has. One is the built-in knowledge, the one which you may have hardwired into your construction of the agent program. Plus, as we are providing new evidence through the percept, due to that it should be able to learn things. So if you have known a bit of machine learning, a bit of what it is called as not necessarily machine learning but supervised learning and all those things, maybe classification algorithms you studied in data mining. So I may consider that you know about a little bit about data mining algorithm, wherein you have some data and from the data you are learning some patterns in the data. So initially what you have is you just have the information that is encoded or that is provided you through the table that you see of the data, and then you build a tree model. So I'll take an example of binary tree because that must be taught to you for classification problems. As far as the data mining problems are concerned, you might have studied decision tree based classifiers. So you might have a data that is represented as a table, okay, that does not have a notion of classifying a new information bit into some particular class, but you learn the model. So learning of the model is done through what? Done through the evidence that is presented to that model, right? And what is the evidence? Every time you present a data and you calculate those probabilities, okay, you what you are trying to do, you are trying to find out on a particular attribute, can I split the data into two parts? Yes, I can. Then I'll split, and then I'll continue this process further to build more and more representation, more and more appropriate representation, rather I should say, of the given data into a pattern of a tree that can be used now for classification of an unseen tuple. So this unseen tuple can be represented maybe as some sort of a percept that is given to you. And for that percept, you take appropriate action. That is, you go through that tree's various sub branches and reach the leaf node, and you classify that tuple to be a particular kind of a tuple. So this is just an example. So this definition, that's why I wanted to break down it into pieces and make you aware that whatever we call ML can be represented using this rational agent model. This is please understand, this is just a model or a design or a kind of a tool using which you can represent a solution. Okay, it's a design for your solution, and whether this design matches any AI that you know already, it matches. You know something called as decision trees, and I just told you how you can actually map this definition into a definition of agent or definition of agent design, rational agent design, to a design of a algorithm that you know already. That is the decision tree. So you have a raw data with you. That data currently would be sitting as the built-in knowledge that agent has. As you provide or as you convert that into or split that into train and validation data, and you start giving that data for calculation purpose, the model start building up the decision tree. And as you get the tree constructed, that is what is the knowledge, that is what is you can refer to as the incremental knowledge because of the provided evidence that you have obtained. Okay, now when your model is ready, the only thing that the given solution needs to be done is, given a validation tuple, you need to classify it into its appropriate class and measure how much good the performance is. Okay, as far as testing is concerned, or as far as deployment is concerned, what you will do, given a new unseen data tuple, you will classify that to be a particular category or particular category, not in a particular category. So that is what a decision tree does, and that is how, that is also a kind of a technique which comes under AI. You're not going to study that, but I wanted to give you example because you just studied that last semester. So again, we'll go for the definition. For each possible perceived sequence, a rational agent should select an action that is expected to maximize its performance measure, given the evidence provided by the perceived sequence and whatever built-in knowledge the agent has. Okay, so that is the definition of a rational agent. So that is how a rational agent behaves. This was just an example that we saw previously. So this is called as a two-room vacuum cleaner world, and this particular guy we call a VC agent. Okay, so this is the agent, and these collection of rooms is nothing but the environment in which it works in. Now, this environment has certain properties that there are two rooms in this environment adjacent to each other. Okay, the agent has three actions. One action is to move from left to right, move from right to left, and suck the dust. Okay, there is one more added thing we know about this environment, that is the agent, vacuum cleaner agent, has two kinds of sensors associated with it. It somehow has a sensor to know in which room it is currently situated, and second sensor it has is, it just knows somehow how or whether the room is clean or dirty at a particular time instant. So it can just turn on both the sensors and know which room it is in and whether the room is dirty or not. So that these two bit of information it can gain through its percept. Okay, and you can see that since there are two percept at a time, okay, there are two bits of information. There is 2-bit information that it can understand. Okay, room A, room B, clean or dirty. And depending on that, there could be 4 varieties of 1-bit percept sequence or 1-length percept sequence. Okay, to begin with, initially I can just know that I'm in room A and the room is clean, or I may know that I'm in room A and the room is dirty. I may know that I'm in room B and the room is clean. I may know the room B is there and I'm there in room B and the room is dirty. There could be a percept sequence of 2 length 2. Okay, initially I may be in A and it is clean. I may remain there in A and it is clean, the second percept, so on and so forth. So there could be these kind of percept sequence that I can build and create this table. But as you can understand, it is going to be very difficult to have this table have limited number of rows. So however big exercise we follow, it will be rather difficult for us to encode this table in its entirety and put it inside the agent. Okay, if you remember what I said earlier while explaining you what could go into question mark, I said simply it could be a mapping between percept sequence and action. Simply, it could be in the simplest form looking like this, but that simplest form to construct at the initiation level when the agent is not starting its working is going to be a cumbersome task, because many are, even this simple task environment that we are looking at, simple example of 2-room vacuum cleaner that we are looking at, you will imagine that there could be infinite length to this column 1. Okay, I may actually be able to predict the action that you're going to perform given a percept sequence, but tabulating all the percept sequence that can be generated, it's a task which will not end anyway. So it's not programmable in this manner. Okay, in theoretical aspects, I just need to map percept sequence to action. But if I do it in this manner, in table manner, in this tabulated manner, it's not going to end any day. Okay, I hope you understand what I mean to say. So I need to devise some way that can encode my initial knowledge about the environment. Okay, so I need to devise some way to encode the initial knowledge about the environment, and that's why even in the book at the beginning they keep this thing as question mark. It's not that easy to, it's not unique actually, it's not, it is easy. Okay, this thing theoretically is easy, mapping percept sequence to action, but realizing it as an agent program, it is going to be difficult, because the agent program then needs to construct this table as a initial step. Once the table is constructed, put it in the place of question mark and then start doing all those activities 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps can only be done if I have this mapping over here. Okay, ये जो steps मैंने आपको बताए थे, 3-4 स्टेप में एजेंट प्रोग्राम काम करेगा, ये एल्गोरिदम वो 4 स्टेप में काम करेगा. वो 4 स्टेप में तभी काम कर पाएगा जब मेरे पास ये टेबल रेडी है. ये टेबल है, ये रेडी है. This table is what? This table is mapping between all these percept sequences that can be seen by the agent in the course of action that it is doing to the corresponding action it should take given the percept sequence. Okay, so please understand. जब मैं बोलता हूं कि एजेंट अपने को जितना नॉलेज है उसके बेसिस पे करेक्ट एक्शन करना चाहिए, अगर वो एजेंट रैशनल एजेंट है, देन आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट percept sequence and not the single percept. Okay, if the agent is doing actions based on single percept, then the agent might not actually have any gain or loss. So there won't be able. So we won't be able to compare whether we are doing better than the previous or we are not doing better than the previous. If I remember the percept sequences, I can gradually understand how good or how bad I am doing with respect to attainment of